Warning, all characters in any improvised games are fictional and do not support the views of anyone in this podcast.
There were 3 failing actors and they decided to make a podcast. Here it is.
Yo! Still 3 actors. Still failing. I'm Jordan. I'm still ill. But I'm better. I'm better.
Jack.
And I'm Victor, recently been made ill by Jordan.
By me. I'm spreading the love.
Not penisly.
Not penisly, just infecting people in other ways, in their hearts and their nostrils and sore throats and whatnot. And next week is Jack's turn to be ill. But up first, we have a word from our sponsors.
Rainbows, lollipops, puppies, a warm summer's day along the beaches, a fresh beverage after a hard day's work. Tony's Abortions. Enjoy life.
Oh my god, bro.
I didn't see that coming.
Since last week's, or the week before's, where we
It's
really...
2 ago,
where we put the disclaimer in, we're just like...
We can say what we want
people
now.
are listening, people just want to hear this shit.
We can say whatever we want.
Sorry.
So up next we have Topic of the Week.
Topic of the week.
Week. So today, of recording this, not when you guys receive it unfortunately, is actually Valentine's Day. So I suggest the topic of the week is Valentine's Day, yay or nay.
Yay or slay.
Yay or slay.
Yay or don't come home. For some of us.
Yeah, for some of us. One of us is in a relationship, Jack.
It's me.
Jackie boy. So what do you think of Valentine's Day? Now you're paying for it.
Because you guys think I'm going to be like, yeah, Valentine's Day is really sweet and really lovely. It's bullshit. It's consumerism at its worst.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's a made up thing. Do you know what I mean? Why do I need one day to prove this, that and the third?
But after this podcast, are you going home and doing something for Valentine's Day? Yes, you are.
I am.
Okay, yeah.
So, I'm not Christian, but I celebrate Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
I eat chocolate.
I'm assuming you enjoy Christmas, though.
Yeah, kind of. It's still consumerism, but it's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same with Valentine's Day. It's kind of like, is what it is.
Yeah. So, we've got a saying, by the way, which is BD and AD, which is
so weird.
which is before Daphne and after Daphne.
Yeah. Daphne being
the girlfriend in question.
Yeah.
So has your opinion changed of Valentine's Day now that you have a girlfriend, or is it the same?
No, it's always been the same.
It's always been the same.
It's not something that I keep, like, it's not like I'm here and I'm like, yeah, fuck Valentine's Day, and I'll go home and be like, oh yeah, hi, it's
Yeah.
It's like, this is an opinion I've had for a number of years, and it's not something I've been afraid to voice.
Yeah.
Because that would just be shit of me.
Yeah.
I'd be a shit human being.
What do you think about it, V?
It was an excellent time to have a wank. I don't really think anything of it. No.
Never affected you.
Never affected me. Never really had a proper serious relationship, so never had the cost of Valentine's.
Of buying stuff, yeah. I've only ever had one girlfriend on Valentine's Day, and I say girlfriend. This was in like year 8 or 7. So I don't ever count those as like an actual girlfriend. But I went out and I bought like a giant teddy bear and a big box of chocolates. And she got me a tiny box of chocolates. And I was like, man, we can clearly see who loves who more in this relationship.
I bought you some chocolates.
I don't know how old I was in year 7 or 8. But I was like
See, I'll get
13 or
if I was
something.
the one receiving the massive present.
Oh,
Like
because you think...
Yeah.
What's suspicious about that, though?
Because they're what they're making up for.
Yeah, like...
What do they need to buy
Maybe
each
they're
other?
just proving that they really enjoy your company.
It's like...
Why has there got to be like a third... This is like real you guys are like...
No, I'm fine. Like
super
as far as
cynical,
Valentine's
Vic.
like day
Super
goes...
cynical, like, bought me a big old chocolates of you. What the fuck are you hiding?
I know, it's like Catholic church, like the priest like fucking kids all week. and then they confess at the end of the week and it's alright.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, okay. I see your point out. I was wondering where that was going for a second.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything against Valentine's
Not all
Day.
of them,
I'm not
by
like... Not all of them. Only about 50%. I'm not like super hyped about it. I do understand when people are like, oh, why should there be one specific day?
Yeah.
But on the other hand, I think if I did have a girlfriend and I bought her stuff every single day,
Yeah.
I'd be broke.
But you do.
So-
It's not something you don't do.
Yeah. So I think it's kind of nice in a way to celebrate it, but I think it does also make a lot of people feel fairly crappy. You always get those like Facebook posts. I don't want to say one my housemate put up because it's just unbelievably like, I don't know, soppy message about how his friends are his Valentine's Day and all this stuff. I'm just like, bro, like, why? Like, I don't know. I don't mind Valentine's Day. I get it. I get why people want to celebrate it.
We'll see
And
soon.
it makes like a day where you can...
I'm sure he'll listen to this.
Well, Harry, yeah, better listen to this. I tell embarrassing stories. I'm going to just keep telling worse and worse stories about people until they start messaging me about it, and then I know they're listening.
Turns out nobody's listening. And
Yeah.
We're just chatting shit.
Chat this shit about everyone the whole time. I've got nothing against it, but like at the same time, I see your point of view, and I get that it's just making people spend money.
Yeah,
But at the same time, if I did have a girlfriend, I would probably go out and do something.
Exactly.
Guiltiest people.
It's like Pancake Day.
Things.
It's like Pancake Day, although Pancake Day is a bit better because I like pancakes.
What?
But Pancake Day, right?
That was
I
just
know
saying.
I can have pancakes any day of the year,
Oh,
but I will
yeah,
still
yeah.
eat them on
Yeah,
Pancake
yeah,
Day.
yeah,
I love
I
pancakes.
get you. I get
So
you.
good.
My brother made me a pancake on Pancake Day.
Was it good?
I was ill.
How do you rate it? How do you rate his pancake skills?
Yeah, no, it was quite a decent pancake.
Mm.
I was like fucking ill yesterday, so
Yeah.
I had my mum put all the sauces and like the lemons and the onion. My brother made
Wheel it into you.
like patient zero. Like I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Patient.
See, Jack, you missed like the way of killing two birds with one stone there. Of you could have made a love-shaped pancake at like 11:59, and when it rolled over to midnight, just given it, you're like that. Valentine's Day done and pancake done. Day done. Sorted. Same day. Simple.
2 birds, 1 stone. There you are.
Or 2 stones, 1 bird. Don't take
Come
one
back
bit.
Squirty honey. Love
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So simple stuff.
With a U and a V.
lame, bro.
So up next we have situation escape.
Situation escape.
This is, and always has been, my favourite section of the week. But we have a new change coming to this
We're
section.
having some changes to this podcast.
This-
We've got 21 subscribers now. So
We're balling.
we're up there.
Waiting for YouTube to give us our money.
So one of the changes we're making is it's now situation escape, the adventures of Jackie Boy Village.
Yeah. If you tuned in last week, you'd have heard the first chapter in the prolonging book of Jackie Boy Village.
Do you want to explain what happened? You were the
Yeah,
one.
so Jackie Boy Village is a humble little town that sits just off the coast.
Dorset.
Of Dorset. But basically, what happens is the village was named after Jackie Boy because he was born the full moon, wasn't it?
I think it was a comet.
Or a comet. A comet passed by.
Probably write these facts down, but yeah.
Probably should keep
I'm
a record.
impressed.
V-Man.
Anyway, people were
Oh,
going.
the V-Man, wasn't it?
People were going. People were going missing from Jackie Boy Village, and they sent Jackie Boy to investigate. I'd suggest going back and listening to the adventure because I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah. But so the game of situation escape is once a week we put someone in a situation and they have to escape from it. But we enjoyed last week so much. I'm going to say we got positive feedback. It's not up yet, but I'm assuming we will be getting positive feedback
It
on.
hasn't released yet.
on that
Releasing
episode.
today.
I think people like it.
So we're going to continue with Jackie Boy Village being the main place, which happens.
Yeah.
So this week it is Victor's time to be on an adventure in a situation. Are you feeling confident?
Yeah, I'll come and meet whoever's in Jackie Boy Village.
Still the only man to ever fail. Well, actually, I don't know if he is.
Why?
Because
gonna
last
tell me?
week, your mission was to go save the villagers. How many villagers made it out, Jack?
I reckon he killed quite a few.
Bro, I tried my best.
You did,
Come
but
on.
And lied to his own people.
let us know in the comments if you thought Jack actually succeeded last
I
week,
think I
because
definitely
I think
succeeded.
it's debatable.
Well, I went and investigated it. What more do the people want?
Good point.
You know?
So, this week, your name is?
Vergon the Vergon the continuative. What does that mean? Like it.
I like it.
I like it.
Vergon the continuative. Is that?
Continuative. I don't even know if that's a word.
I might have made up a word.
He's a wandering storyteller anyway.
Shakespeare.
Wanders around the world. Some would say he's a fantasy version of Shakespeare. He's recently come across Jackie Boy Village. This is set 2 weeks after last week's episode. So since Jackie Boy has returned to the village, the villagers have got a bit more confident. And there's been no goblin attacks for raids at all. And some of them have actually gone up into the cave where Jack went. And it's been completely deserted. No sign of rats, no sign of goblins. And people have been bringing stuff back to the village. Jack notices one of these items being brought back to be the rat Seer's staff. And it's kind of glowing with power a bit. But Jack is too embarrassed to say anything about it. And just lies and says he never saw it. Has no idea what it does or its power. And these are being sold off at the marketplace. And what's your name again? Veragon.
The continuative.
Was telling some stories in the marketplace and decides to pick up the staff and use it as a prop in his story.
Good morrow, for I be Veragon, the continuative.
As his story goes on and on and on, he starts hearing whispers in his head. Now binded to his soul was the demon trapped inside the staff, and it whispers.
Listen to your voices.
5 tasks must be completed to be freed from my soul.
Ooh.
Doesn't seem very good now, does it?
All
So
right.
you've noticed you can't physically put down the staff now. It's full on bound to you. So you know that you're going to have to complete 5 tasks to be freed.
Indeed, this be a mystery.
And the first whispers begin.
You must steal 1 egg.
Okay.
So you're in a massive marketplace at the moment.
Alright.
There's loads of people gathered around you at the moment. Some small children. They're looking at you a bit funny because you've stopped like mid-story.
You're talking to yourself.
And you're talking to yourself. But there is stands for fruit, vegetables, weapons, armour, leather, eggs, dare I say.
Okay, so I go, where be the egg stand? For it is grand.
One of the little kids jumps up in there and he starts pointing down the street a little bit.
I bid thee good day, and I walk off really quickly.
You just walk up really quickly.
Yeah.
Some of the kids start crying because the story ended abruptly and they were really
That'll be a
excited.
distraction.
Yeah, the parents are looking after the kids now, so they're looking away from you.
It's a good distraction. I'm walking towards the eggs. What do I see? Eggs?
You see some eggs.
Oh, good.
They're stacked up. There's even a rooster on top of the stand for some reason, but it looks like it's been nailed there quite brutally. It's quite system. And there was a gigantic man behind the stand. Huge. He's about 5 times the size of you. Giant purple hat with a over-the-top feather. You can already tell just walking up to him he's going to be a bit of a dick.
Oh, as egg salesmen always are.
It's what he does. All he does
egg
is sell
salesmen
eggs.
are
Yeah.
about.
Come hither, young Eggman.
He kind of waddles over, but he can't get round his stall, so he just gets a little bit closer.
He gets a little bit closer. For I have a story to tell thee.
Oh, he looks intrigued.
Oh, sweetheart, I'll hear your story.
Alright. From times be beyonder, they always said to one man, one goat, his name was Gerald. And as I'm telling this story, very intricate and continuative.
yeah.
I
He's-
don't
he-
really know if we know what that means.
It's
So
fine.
saying this word.
In this realm, that means whatever you want it to mean.
Because continuity or contingency. What do you?
Continuative.
Continuative. But we carry on. He's getting into the story. You can see in his eyes he's starting to get
consumed,
memorised. Yeah, he's getting consumed.
He's consumed.
He's getting consumed to the story.
And I look him deep in the eye in a plutonic way, and I slowly grab for an egg with my sly hand.
With your sly hand.
Yeah.
Luckily, you didn't use your other clumsy hand.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually notice. He's so intrigued by the story at the moment. You see a little bit of dribble actually kind of coming out of his mouth.
Yes.
He's so into it.
Beautiful. And I tuck it into my robe. Am I wearing a robe?
Yep, you're almost like a wizard, one would say, but as if you, as a boy, you wanted to become a wizard, but it never quite happened.
So I
So
became an
instead,
actor.
you wander around the world, pretending to be wizards and other characters.
What a way.
What a way would you go?
So, well, I've got the egg now. I've sort of I dispatch from the story and I finish up with the anecdote. So continuatively, and I say, and that's all the goats you'd need for one day. I bid thee good day.
He's got a booming laughter right now. He's laughing so hard that a lot of the eggs actually crack on his table, but he doesn't seem to mind.
And I
Then
sort of not sneak off, just walk off casually because I haven't done anything wrong.
You hear another whisper in your head now, and it goes something like this.
You must tell Jackie boy about the goblins.
Okay. So,
So-
do I know who Jackie Boy is?
Everyone knows who Jackie Boy is. Jackie Boy
Village
is a famous warrior after his adventures 2 weeks ago. And the one thing that people around the village keep telling you is that they all seem to have a different story that Jackie Boy has told them about the cave. And each time it seems to be getting grander and more extravagant, as if, I don't know, maybe he's adding stuff to the story that wasn't there before a little bit.
Maybe. Is that Jackie Boy the exaggerative?
That could be Jackie Boy, the exaggerated. So, in the middle of the big marketplace, there is a brand new wooden throne, and sitting on top is Jackie Boy.
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
Straight chilling.
Just chilling.
Good morrow, Jackie Boy. That may be.
Hello, what do you want? Wait, hold on. And I do a very small line of something.
Yeah.
Snozwhizz.
Of Snozwhizz.
Yep.
I heard your story. I have many more to tell you. But today, the staff in which my hand holds, I will tell the story of the goblins.
He's noticing the staff now as well. He knows what it is.
And I lean forward, and I'm like, bro, where did you get that staff, bro?
I'd be like,
And then you hear a whisper in your head. You may tell him nothing.
and I'd be like, bro, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. And I say it continuatively.
Yeah.
Okay, so just for reference, I looked up continuative. Okay, tending or serving to continue, cause for continuity or prolongation. So expressing continuance of thought.
It works. Keep going.
It works.
It works, yeah.
Okay, it works. It works. Okay.
Okay, so he's told me that nothing. I've got to worry about nothing.
To do with the staff, he still
Okay,
needs
yeah.
to tell you about the goblins.
And I lean in like a little bit further, and I'm like, bro, I know where that staff's from.
You notice him shaking a little bit now as well.
Okay, that's kind of down to the Snozwhizz as well.
Yeah.
I'm on some real Snozwhizz.
Yeah.
Really good Snozwhizz.
You're a good
And I'm
Snozwhizz.
like, bro, I know where that stuff's come from. So, I mean, you're gonna have to tell me what's going on.
You hear another whisper. Tell him nothing.
And I look at him really deep in the eye, continuatively, and I say, can't get the staff, right?
And he leans back and laughs like that.
He leaves, oh, booming laugh.
Oh,
But he's still,
shit.
but out of the corner of his eyes, he's still looking at the stuff.
I'm still checking it out.
Yeah, so you still tell him about the
And I
goblins.
say that out loud too, and it's like a thought, and I'm like, I'm still checking it out.
Yeah,
And now I realise I've said it out loud. I'm like, I didn't say that.
yeah.
And you have to listen to me because I'm Jackie Boy. No, I didn't say that, bro.
I see that. And
Do
everyone,
another line of Snozwhizz.
I look at him and go, I wink at him and I go, I'm gonna tell you nothing looking at the staff.
And I wink, and I'm like, okay.
Mhm.
I kind of don't understand what's going on.
but you know something's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jackie Boy notices something's up. He knows what the staff's been used for before, so he's quite wary. But he seems to trust you a bit.
And I grab this nice bottle of hobgoblin ale.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, good day for hobgobbling, isn't it? Continuatively.
And I'm shaking my head as if I know what's going on now.
Mm.
And I'm also like, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, mess with Snozwhizz.
And I slide a tiny little piece of glass
Mm-hmm.
over to him.
And you hear another voice in your head, which is, pass me some of that.
I don't know.
And I say, enough of this Snozwhizz, and I do a really quick line of Snozwhizz.
We should stop doing Snozwhizz.
And I say, what did you want? You've come here, you've interrupted my precious Snozwhizz time. You've had a line of Snozwhizz, so I feel like you owe me some money here. Or tell me what's going on. What do you want?
And I'll be like, to this day, I can't get the staff. And I'm trying to shut the staff out of my hands.
But it's not, it's just sticking there. It's almost fused to his hand.
Okay.
Now.
And I'm like,
So what's up?
right, I see.
So you hear the voice again in your head now. And it says, task free.
You must not commit any crime other
Than murder.
So I've got to murder someone.
Yeah, and the voice in his head goes, yes, basically.
Yeah,
That's,
pretty much that.
that's it.
That's what I was going for. I was trying to make it dramatic, but yeah,
you fucked that.
You
didn't
fucked that up. Yep, pretty badly there, right there.
Snozwhizz fucking with our...
Yep, fucking our minds again, man.
You know
Let's
what
see.
Snozwhizz
And
does to you,
do you know who the murder person is? I'm trying to make this very clear for you. He's standing right in front of you, and his name's Jackie Boy.
Okay.
And I'm still like looking. And
Yeah.
I'm still like...
He isn't. Jackie Boy has no idea what's going on though.
I'm
But
like, bro, what are you...
yeah,
okay.
the staff has asked you to kill Jackie Boy as your third task. Then there's only 2 tasks left, and you'll be free.
I'll be like, Jackie boy, do you know anything that would...
He's waving his
I'm
hand now
waving
with
my
the staff
staff
in it.
that will, Kirsty, I'm Kirsty.
Okay. And I slide the plate of Snozwhizz back over, and I'm like, I know what you want, bro. Like, I can see... And I'm Jackie Boy's totally lost now. He has no idea.
He's got no idea what's
He's
going
just
on.
resorting to what he knows best.
Yeah.
At this moment is-
He's just become a party boy since his fame, his newfound
his
fame.
newfound fame has
Yeah.
just brought him to Snozwhizz.
Mhm.
So I'm going to do a massive line of Snozwhizz.
Yeah. You've done so much Snozwhizz that your head just plants itself on the ground.
And Jackie Boy kind of stands up, and he's like, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh my goodness.
But luckily, you come back to consciousness. At the corner of your eye, you see a tail run around a corner. It seems to have a knife strapped to the tail. And the voice in your head says, take Jackie Boy to the tail.
Hey, Jackie boy.
Dude, are you... What the fuck, bro?
Don't worry about that, man. I don't know why I apologise. Snozwhizz gives you some sort of...
Snozwhizz is fucked with you, bro.
Just turn me into some sort of gangster. Don't worry about that, man. Yo, we gotta go and get some tail.
And yeah, it points towards the brothel, which is where the tail would run behind.
Oh, and I'm like...
If you're buying.
Okay, bro, but we should probably take you to the witch doctor, really, to get that head looked at. But
And
okay,
you guys noticed the town witch doctor has just gone into the brothel,
Oh,
which
Dude.
seems like a sign.
bro, let's go get some booty.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
So you both head
I
off
mean-
towards the brothel. It's quite a small, shabby-looking building,
Yeah.
just made of wooden pallets.
Uh-huh.
But you enter anyway.
Yeah.
You enter anyway, and before you is a line of Snozwhizz waiting on the floor.
All right.
But there seems to be no one else in here. None of the usual crowd are in here, and the witch doctor who just went in doesn't seem to be here.
You think what I'm thinking?
I'm really high, bro. So
But there's so much Snozwhizz. Just
maybe I should. I mean, because you just did quite a lot of Snozwhizz and you got fucked up. So
there's no limit, though.
I mean, you did just pass out. You did just pass out, and you changed your tone pretty quickly.
Jackie Boy doesn't notice, but you do. There's a tail dangling from the ceiling above the Snozwhizz.
I grab the tail.
You grab the tail, even though you said the voice in your head said lure him to the tail.
No, I'm just going to grab it.
You're going to grab the tail.
towards me.
You pull it towards you and thump onto the floor. Is the rat from last week's episode. Dun 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 dun!
Oh,
that chased you out before. So you instantly recognise this as the guy who killed those two dicks who were with you at the end.
Yeah, I remember.
And I get consciousness
Fuck
back.
those guys.
The Snozwhizz got I've got a bit of a come down now.
Yeah, you're ready to come down. And
My
he's
voice
kind of
I'll
crawling
turn my
around on the
voice
floor a
changes
bit.
Back. I'll be like, holy macaroni! Oh, that's not...
You scream, holy macaroni. The rat doesn't seem to know how to react to this, but it instantly clocks Jackie Boy
Oh.
and is trying to claw towards him, but you've got hold of his tail.
Bro, I'm gonna pull out my fucking sword and I'm gonna say, what the fuck, bro? We were doing...
You
this
try-
was a Snozwhizz
You
party.
try and pull out your sword. You realise you don't possess a sword at the moment. You were using it to cut up Snozwhizz earlier and left it in the marketplace.
Weak.
And
I
I'll be
just
like,
pull my fist out.
You into an old school fisticuffs.
Fisticuff.
You start swaying them back and forth while kind of bobbing on the spot.
I'm like, bro, we have a... I'll be like, on this day, we done so many Snozwhizz, I think we are brothers in arms. And I grab the tail and I start strangling the rat with the tail.
Yeah, or so the blade on its tail is slowly sinking into its skin, but it also manages to dart it backwards and catch you in the shoulder.
Ooh, ouch!
It's bleeding quite bad.
Oh, bro, you're... Dude, like, I don't have my... I can go and get my sword.
I'd be like, just start punching him now, and we can do Snozwhizz afterwards.
And I run over to the rat and start
Laying into him. You're laying into him brutally. He's getting smacked left and right. He's trying to gnash and bite at your arm, but you're too quick.
And I'm like, you fucking bitch. I'm bringing that back, bitch.
Yeah, you've been bringing the bitch back, full on smacking into him until he's just a bloody corpse left dangling. You can feel him kind of laying lifeless in your hands now.
How's the staff looking? It's still stuck in the hand.
The staff is still stuck in your hand, and now you can just hear a high-pitched whining noise constantly in your head. It's very displeased with you.
Do you not take away that whining noise?
Some Snozwhizz.
And we look at each other and we look to camera B and we're like, Snozwhizz. And I start doing I start following the big line of Snozwhizz.
And I start from the other end, like cartoon characters who do coke.
You guys
Snozwhizz.
You guys halfway through your line of Snozwhizz, both simultaneously recognise a smell in the room. It's kind of rotten flesh is what it smells like.
Definitely not Snozwhizz.
It's not Snozwhizz. And Jackie Boy notices that on you, Victor, or what's your name again? Vic something. Varagon. That the wound.
Varagon.
The wound you had been stabbed with is dripping in green ichor.
Oh! And I'm like, I say, Vergo, like, I don't wanna freak you out, and it might be because of all the Snozwhizz we've done, but your wound is looking pretty fucked up, bitch.
It's now starts to gain a small lump.
Ooh.
It's kind of wiggling around a little bit.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, by yonder. Is that mushroom or fungi?
It's still continuously growing. It's about the size of my fist now,
Cool.
and it's starting to develop features
Right.
along the snout, 2 teeth, some whiskers.
Bro, you gotta kill my shoulder. I mean...
He's pretty high on Snozwhizz right now.
Alright.
He's not sure if what you're seeing is real or if it's not real. He has no
It's
idea.
just fake.
I'm gonna yank that fucking blade out of the dead rat. Fucking
By this
stab
time,
my
by the time
shoulder with it.
so you've ripped it out of its tail.
Yeah.
You stab it in the shoulder where the new fin's forming. Yeah. As the blade goes in, it triples in size now.
Okay, so some sort of Morpheus poison tail.
So it's grown even bigger now, and it's taken the image of the rat that you just killed, and it's about the size of a toddler now, and it's kind of screaming and trying to claw its way out.
You know what? I'm gonna go lean towards my shoulder, towards the Snozwhizz, and make him breathe it in.
Breathes in the Snozwhizz, and all it does seems to do to it is it grows even faster. It's had a new burst of energy.
A new Snozwhizz energy.
It is nearly full size to where it was now.
Right, I'm going to finish the Snozwhizz because this feels
Mhm.
like...
The right thing to do.
Feels like the right...
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be like, what the best thing to do in a yonder time?
You hear a... And the rat comes flying off your shoulder. Reborn, as it was before. Its body's still there.
Yeah.
It's almost identical now, just a bit lighter in colour.
Weak.
And the staff is finally released from your hand, but it flings itself across the room
Weak.
into the hand of the rat. It then is scurrying away now. It's going for the door.
Weak. And I throw whatever's in my pocket at it.
Mm-hmm. You pull out a sock.
And I throw it. I'm like, weak, bro, you fucking bitch.
You do one of those throws, like where you throw a napkin that you've rolled into a ball, but it comes loose and it just kind of floats down halfway through it. And the rat crawls, it's digging underneath the door, and it slides up underneath.
And I look at
Varagon.
I look at Varagon and I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
And I look at him back. Snozwhizz?
Snozwhizz. And you guys both continue to do a line of Snozwhizz. That is the end of this week's adventures of Jackie Boy Village. You did pretty well. You managed to do
A lot of Snozwhizz.
a lot of Snozwhizz.
I'm going to do some Snozwhizz.
No,
Right now.
Snozwhizz. You completed 2 tasks of like the demon staff.
But the demon staff left you as well,
That's good.
so that's alright.
Mm-hmm. That's really good. Yep. Up next, we have another sponsor.
Hi, I'm Barbara Bush from Barbara Bush's Renovations. Is your bush too long, short, or maybe it needs a little TLC? Well, come down and get yours at make you.
We have a glitch on our software right now. We're just sorting it out. Error.
Well, come down and get yours. Make your beaver the talk of the town.
Who doesn't want their beaver to be the talk of the town?
Mine is.
Mine is.
My writing's so bad I can't even read it.
I know the feeling, man. Up next, we have a sound intervention.
A sound intervention. Vention.
This is, I believe, overdue for one.
Overdue, yeah.
So you may have heard the tragedy of last week, where I chose a wonderful album, only for these two to not listen to the album in time.
Yeah.
Very tragic. Although we in fairness, we only had 2 days between recording, so I've let them off for now. So this is the part of the show where once a week one of us chooses an album, the other two go back and listen to it, and then the next week we review the album, give our thoughts, and so on and so on.
Mm-hmm.
And not last week now, 2 weeks ago, it was my turn to choose an album, and I chose Joey Badass's All American Badass, which came out last year.
Right.
Yeah.
I think you should talk about it first.
No, because it's going to be a long rant. no, I can talk first if you want. I can talk first.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm
talk
happy
about
to go.
I'm happy either or.
Yeah?
Do you want me to go first?
I'll go first. Yeah, I'll go
Stop being
first.
so continuity.
No, I said, do you want me to? I'll go. I don't mind. I'll go first if you want.
Yeah, you go first.
You want me to go first? So this album.
And he pulls out a goddamn freaking tax.
Freaking note. I don't know if I've.
Fuck,
I don't know if I've got anything
For
written down
listeners,
there.
this is a 5-story essay.
I'll save this. So this
Keynotes.
album was probably my album of last year, I reckon.
Right.
So it came out a week before Damn.
Yeah.
I don't know when did RTJ3 come out? That came out on Christmas Day one day, so I don't know if I can. But it's one of my albums of last year, if not my album last year. So this is Joey Badass's latest album, and when I heard it dropped the single "Devastated" and "Temptation" before the album released, and I hated "Devastated" when I first heard it.
Yeah.
I was like, nope, I'm not gonna like this album at all. I don't like this. It's a different sound to what he's used to because he's kind of do the old school rap.
Yeah.
Then I heard the whole album in context, and I actually really like the song "Devastated" now, but I'll get to that in a second. So for me, the album's split into 2 parts. So it's all about America, right? The whole album, hence All American Badass. And the first half, up to track 6, is quite nice in the sense of it's talking about positive message and kind of sticking together and whatnot. Then song 6 is a concept song about America, but as if you're in a relationship with it, and you see him get frustrated and angry in the relationship, and then the second half of the album after that is very angry and aggressive to America, so it has like a nice kind of concept to it. Favourite songs off the album, so speaking before about most of the rap I like is fairly aggressive, this album, especially the first half, is quite chilled out, nice, got a bit of soul in it. And probably my favourite song off the album is Temptations, which is like a really chilled out song. It still like speaks about a message in all these songs, but it's a lot more chilled. Devastated, which is a song I originally didn't like, I actually like within context of the album, because I think it's something rappers barely ever do, which is celebrate. Like, look, I've made it. That's pretty impressive. Other rappers sometimes it's like, oh look, I've got loads of money now, got all these cars now. But he's just celebrating actually being successful, which is quite nice. Yeah, I just really like the album. I like all the features on the album. I think they all fit. I can kind of play this album back, like front to back as well. My only criticism would be the first two songs aren't really needed, because I feel Temptations and Land of the Free, song 3 and 4, do the exact same message but better.
Yeah.
So they're not bad.
I agree with that.
They're not bad songs, but
I do like For My People though.
Yeah, For My People.
Yeah.
And I really like those songs, and I don't skip them, but at the same time they just do the same. They're not the same as the other ones. Favourite songs are probably Temptation, Rockabye Baby with Schoolboy Q, because that just bangs, ridiculous, and Ring the Alarm, which made me feel so New York I turned into 50 Cent briefly. It is like, that is the most New York song I've like heard ever. And the only song like I don't really like the instrumental, it depends what mood I'm in, for Super Predator, just because it's quite jazz influence. I'm not so into the jazz sound. But apart from that, I think, favourite songs probably Rockabye Baby, Ring the Alarm, Temptations, and probably American Idol, the final song, just goes on a rant. And I think it's an album that speaks about a lot of big issues in America.
That was really hot last year.
America.
Even the year before that with Kendrick's. When was
Spin Butterfly was the year before, wasn't it? Yeah.
Before, so even
And
then, it's like
it's done in a way that it doesn't get tiresome over time for me. So it's an album that I listened to last year, I listened to this year, and it is talking about like a lot of kind of politics in America. But unlike some albums that have come out, it's also good music in the sense that I can listen to it and I don't necessarily mind about that. Those are my main thoughts. Still think he's an absolute beast of like an MC, and pretty impressive how many like follows he has and whatnot, while still remaining independent. So that's impressive.
Well, it's funny because the first time I heard Joey Badass was on the mixtape.
999.
Yeah. 1999. Like, and even then I was like, oh, what the hell? This guy's like, this is so cool. This is like hip hop that I want to be listening to.
Yeah.
But I'd agree with what you said. Even number 6, Why Don't You Love Me? Everything up to that point, the first 6 tracks, just didn't click for me. Just didn't do anything for me. Like, and then after that, it kind of everything. I was like, whoa! The fucking Schoolboy Q on number 7 on Rockabye Baby.
That is an absolute tune.
The J. Cole on Legendary, that for me, I was like, whoa! And then to top it all off with American Idol, even if that was just like a what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even if it was a 6, even if it was like a mixtape, like a 6-song mixtape,
small like EP or something.
like an EP, that would be amazing. I love like the, I don't know if the reggae undertones are the right word.
Or Babylon.
All the Babylon, all the
first song Babylon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of his name. He was on Belly of the Beast on his last album as well.
But I really liked it. It talked about a message that is quite popular to talk about now, but in a way that I hadn't heard yet.
Yeah, I don't think he like solves anything, but he asks questions and makes people ask questions.
Important, you know, people asking those questions, so you don't always have to have an answer. I think that what that second, again, I'm not going to talk about the first half of the album. Didn't really do anything for me. The second half, real clever. Real clever
Any
stuff.
favourite songs?
Yes, American Idol.
That's so good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just it bangs.
I liked For My People, Temptation, and Devastated. To be honest, like I know you guys weren't as fans. I know you.
I was fan. To be honest, I'm a fan of pretty much every song. I started out not liking Devastated when I first heard it. Then when I heard it with the album, I liked it.
Rockabye I've already had on my playlist. I love Rockabye.
Yeah, I'd heard Rockabye Baby before.
Yeah, that's so good.
And Legendary I listened to again, and I thoroughly enjoyed it with Jay. I'm a J. Cole fan.
Yeah. So what do you think of the album as a whole, V?
Yeah, no, I felt I easily listened to it from front to back. There wasn't any like songs I had to thought, oh, should I skip that? Should I skip that? So always a sign of a good album.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah,
I've already mentioned my favourite songs. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it flows really nicely. It's quite a small album. I think
It's
that seems to be
47 minutes long.
a popular
that's
thing
what I
recently,
noticed.
isn't it?
The songs, the minutes are about 3 minutes.
But,
half, three and a
even
half.
even that first half of the album felt much longer than that for me. I think I don't know what it was. I can't quite put my finger on what
I
it
think
was.
possibly not. One reason why it feel longer is the first 4 tracks all do talk about the same thing. I still like them all. I can still kind of listen to them. And to be honest, when I listen to this album, I normally, I very rarely pick out songs from it. To be honest, I normally listen to it as one sit-down thing. I'll just have it playing in the background.
Yeah.
It's quite cool. So cool. Up next,
I
I believe it's
chose
V-Man's
the album the other
turn.
day. I'll let you guys write it down.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
It's I'll go for something. It's gonna be rap.
Mhm.
Whoa, it's just like this is like a hip hop.
I know. I fucking love hip hop.
No, we do, but we've.
We're gonna go for because I was gonna go for Tech 9 at first because Jack hadn't heard Tech 9.
Okay.
but
Oh,
Jordan-
I almost did that once.
But Jordan's heard of a lot of Tech 9, so I'm going for Chris Calico.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, I've heard tiny bits of it.
Kicking and Screaming album by Chris Calico. So Jordan's got something thoroughly new to listen to. I don't think you've
I
listened to
haven't heard. I've heard of Chris Calico,
it. Yeah.
and I've heard him featured on some. He does a lot of singing as well, doesn't he? I've heard him singing a lot of hooks on Tech 9's songs and do a couple of verses.
Yeah, Tech 9's featured.
That's gonna
onto
be
the
really
album.
interesting.
Yeah,
actually.
that's cool.
So
I'm
Kicking.
excited for that.
Yeah, he's a singer as well. So
Yeah.
bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Cool, that'd be exciting.
Hey, it's Mork from Mork's Emporium here. Are you sick of roads with a narrative? Do you yearn for clueless adventure? Well, with Mork's Anyway Highway, you could be looking for the time of your life. So if you're driving to everything and you end up in Stoke-on-Trent, you know who to thank. See you soon.
Who doesn't want to end up on Stoke-on-Trent?
Mork is like,
My idol.
We had another problem with the children's handwriting who wrote them.
Yeah, so we had a child write our cues today. So it was child labour. It's fine. They were paid fairly in sweets. So next we have our final segment of the week,
and it's brand
and
spanking
it's brand
new.
spanking new. You may be used to what can you bring to the table, but now we have what can you bring to the fable. Dun, 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 with a really mixed up theme tune. So this is a new section we're going to try out. It's kind of a cross between what can you bring to the table and situation escape with our new dungeon master, Sid Butt.
Hi.
He's the guy who just said hi. He's going to be
Yeah, that's me.
kind of a dungeon master role for us as we just go on a magical adventure, basically. So we've kind of done similar stuff before, but all of our stuff's improvised. From now on, dice are going to help decide everything for
Everything
us.
for us, yeah.
So we're applying some of the rules of Dungeons and Dragons to space.
To space.
Yes. It's a made-up world
so do you wanna
that my brother Sid made up.
Do you want to explain a little bit about it?
Yes. So 1 hour ago, I was told we're doing this. So I spent the last, well, how long they were recording the first bit of this podcast. I looked at a clock. I can't read that very well. I spent the last amount of that time, firstly masturbating and then thinking of the story.
It's always a good combo.
Yeah. And now we're doing stuff in space. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, good luck to these guys, I guess.
Cool. So what are our names?
I am Fenton Boxman, or Fentman for short.
Jesus Christ, Fenton Boxman. I'm going to write this down because I am going to forget this. I just think of the dog. The
Fenton!
Fenton!
Oh my god!
What about you, V?
I'm Splorf.
Fenton Box.
Is there a last name to go with that, or is it just Splorf?
Splorf Morpheus.
Morpheus. I don't actually have a name yet, so I'm going to let you guys help build the name. So do you want to say the first couple of letters, and then V, and then I'll finish the name off?
She.
She
Schmloob.
Sploob Moob.
Sheesh blue move.
She Sploob Moob.
That's
It's
what
my
the
name.
aliens will be named when they come to visit us.
Sheesh, believe me. Right, so those are our names. So what is our current quest and adventure?
Well, I've written a thing. So I'm going to
Mhm.
read that out.
Okay.
Having just passed space school and receiving your documents, Flight Commander Evelyn Chewley requested your audience. She says, Splorf, Fenton, and She-Sploob, I need you to do something for me. Just to get you used to the open space. You've just passed space school at NASA 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, God, I have a little
Cool.
bit of NASA too.
Cool.
Yeah.
That should be believed.
That was a good, 5 years of school we did.
What will the quest be, me lord?
Me lady.
Me lady.
I need you.
Call him me lady.
You know how stroppy she gets?
Also, I realise I'm talking like a man while trying to sound like a woman.
Well,
It's okay.
she may have a man voice.
We're not enforcing any gender roles.
Well, it's good to hear that because I've written something very similar.
Wow.
I need you to go to the next planet over, named W8 Rose, and get me the plans for my new ship.
Cool.
In doing so, you will be rewarded with credits and a small, free man or woman, I'm not sexist, crew ship of your own.
Ooh.
Each. I interrupt myself. Each.
There are 3 of you. You guys can all fit on a
I'm
ship
eating
together.
some space cookies at this point, and I'm trying to add up the maths, and I can't figure it out.
Before you go, before you decide to head off,
Yeah.
I must ask you, may I have a space cookie?
Yeah, I passed you one of my homemade space cookies.
In passing you the space cookie, it crumbles in your hand and falls on the floor.
Shit. I passed with a batch of space cookies, rather sadly, man. I guess you better take these ones.
In passing the space cookies, they crumble and fall on the floor. What kind of cookies are you providing here?
They're made of space.
That explains it. You need to get more atoms in there.
Yeah. I kind of just nod to myself whilst eating the crumbs of the cookies.
Yeah. So, she gives up on the ability to eat cookies and mentions to you that you need to go find her current ship to fly that basic ship to find the plans for the new ship in the planet named Wait Rose.
Wait, Rose.
Not affiliated with actual shops.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a hangar? We've been here before. I went to school.
Yeah, we've been here.
We can bully the little kids now who come here and try and learn that space.
Freshman.
The freshmen.
Cool.
Cool.
The hazen.
So I'm gonna walk towards a hangar of any description if there is one around.
Okay, so you exit the room with the woman and you walk down the stairs to find you enter into a large hangar.
Yeah.
Because it's a flight school,
Yeah.
not space school, so everything's a hangar.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
And now, looking across, you see a multitude of ships.
Yeah.
But are you guys with him?
Yeah.
You guys know me? Yeah, I feel like I'm not allowed out of parental supervision.
We better follow Schmeeb Schmoob.
I mean, with a name like that, I've had a pretty rough upbringing.
Hashtag a boy named Schmeeb Schmoob.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Life ain't easy for
Did
a
you
boy
just
named
assume my
Schmeeb.
gender?
As you enter the room, a large alien by the name of Falorps walks past you saying, "Hey, Shmeeshloop, nice job on growing up," and carries on walking.
Not this cunt again.
And I flip him. I try to flip him the bird.
He doesn't notice you because you do it behind your finger like Ali G in a car.
Nice. I high five you. Well, we should probably make. Can we?
High five, connect.
Yes. Waiting for that dice. Nice. So do we see? I'm gonna look around for the ship.
Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. You notice in the corner of the hangar, ready to go, is a medium-sized ship. You think you can crew between the 3 of you to go to the next planet over called
Wait, Rose.
Sweet.
Sweet. So we go for it.
Yeah, let's head for it.
Yeah.
Okay, heading for the ship. You walk across obviously the pathway, the designated pathway in between the yellow and black.
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Surviving such walking, you end up at the edge of the ship. The
Thank
ship
God
is-
for that. I was looking at that. I was like, I don't know what that means. I survived. I died. Cool.
Hey, you never know. You could have fallen in lava. That may or may not be there.
Oh, God damn it. I search around for lava.
You don't see any lava.
Oh.
Yes!
Well, that's good for it. I kind of wanted lava though, you know.
Alright.
That doesn't mean it's not there. It just means you can't see it because
Yeah,
you're
okay.
retarded.
Oh, that's a good point.
Floor is lava.
I quickly jump off the ship.
Okay, right. No, let's get in the ship.
Yeah, let's go to the ship. I'm excited.
Okay, so you enter the ship. You open the door, enter
Yeah.
the ship.
Yeah.
I check the glove compartment for space Snozwhizz.
I'm sorry, can you please repeat that with words?
I check the glove compartment for space Snozwhizz.
Oh.
Checking the glove compartment, out pops a large cloud of space Snozwhizz. However, none of it goes in your nose.
Oh, God
And
damn
you
it.
are not getting high.
I carry on munching on my space cookies.
Success!
Yay.
I'm gonna take charge. I'm gonna get in those pilots.
Okay. Okay, getting in the pilot, so you see an array of controls in front of you.
I'm going to yell from behind him, press the red one.
Okay, do you press the red one?
No, fuck.
Ah, God damn it.
So I've learned. Okay.
You've learned in school, yeah.
I've learned in school what to do. So assuming my knowledge is fairly decent, I've listened in my classes.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm gonna press what I think is the sequence to start shit.
Okay,
Nice.
Boop, boop, beep, beep.
pressing the red button. You start the ship.
Hey, hey. Wheelchair.
And I dab. Ooh.
Whoosh,
Oh.
whoosh.
Fenton knows his ships.
He does, Fenton does know his
Cool,
shit.
cool. Let's go floating.
Alright, to Waitrose.
Okay,
So wait.
okay. Taking off successfully, because you already pressed the red button, you start floating, or levitating,
Yeah.
or flying in fact, because that's what ships do,
Yeah.
out of the hangar and heading up towards outer space.
Mm-hmm.
Exciting.
So,
It's super exciting.
Okay.
do you stall at all? Or are you fine? You
No,
like
fine, bro.
nervous? Your first time
Do I
flying a
stall?
proper ship?
No, you don't start.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And I flip you the bird. Okay,
I don't notice because I'm eating cookies.
Fenton,
Okay.
straight out of school, man.
Coming
Like,
straight out of school, crazy motherfucker named Fenton.
On the centre of the console of the ship is a large screen which is currently black.
Looks right. Seems
I-
about right.
I'm gonna
Seems acceptable.
look over Fenton's shoulder and see if I notice anything.
You notice that the screen isn't on.
I press the on button.
The screen turns on, illuminating with a map of the galaxy.
I kind of like smile to myself, like good job.
I look at the map and go, I point at a certain Waitrose. Do I see Waitrose?
You do see Waitrose, yes.
I look at it and go, looks like we got our destination, and I wink at them both.
And I laugh like I didn't hear what they said, but I in agreement.
Smile and nod politely.
Yeah, smile and nod politely.
Smiling and nodding politely, you head off on your course towards Waitrose.
Hey.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I'm going to put on some music just as we go off. Like I play.
Yeah, just for the end.
Just for the end.
Like,
I press like the stereo.
Ooh. As you leave, a horrible copy of Baker Street comes on
Oh god.
and joins you on your journey to Waitrose.
I slowly recline in my chair.
Oh, you hear the chair reclining.
I love it.
Oh, that's a spot. Nice.
Alright,
That-
shoot off into the distance.
that's the end of our first ever section of
What can you bring?
To the Fable.
A continuous story
A continuous story.
about three young space travellers.
About 3 young space travellers.
Who travel in space.
Who
Fenton,
travel in
Schmeeb,
space.
Schmoob and Splorf.
So that's been us for this week. I've been Jordan. Kind of cool guy.
I've been Jack. Cooler.
And I being free failing actors, that's free the number, email us at gmail.com.
And a big thanks to Sid.
And I'm extra. Woo!
Well done.
Boss!